I was working at Chili's in a place called Diabloville.
Yeah.
But what I was doing, I was a really big Xanax user. And that was my drug of choice then. I would take 2 Xanax bars just to start my night.
Wow.
Just to start my night, I would take 2 Xanax bars and I'll be good all night until I get ready to go out. That's when I'll take half of one and take another half. Before the end of the night, I'll be on like 3 or 4 Xan bars. But I would have to take 2 to start me and just, get me going for the night. And just, it'll keep me good all night until I get off and do more. I was smoking, I was drinking. Well, one weekend, I went and got Xan bars. I took a few Xan bars. It was like a Friday. I think Saturday night, I couldn't find any Xan bars. So I went and got Lortabs. So I got Lortabs. So I'm taking those. So remember, I took Xanax Friday. That's still in my system. I took Lortab Saturday. I went and bought like 20 Lortab. I didn't take all 20. I was just popping like 3, 4 or whatever. But on top of all this, so I'm drinking. I'm drinking I'm drinking Coronas when I go out, drinking some of those or whatever. I'm smoking weed on top of that.
Wow.
So popping Xan bars Friday. I go out a little bit, not party too hard, but we gonna wait till the big night. So I hit Saturday. I couldn't find no Xanax. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go ahead and, get the Lortabs. So I'm drinking that night. By Sunday morning, I get up. I didn't take no pills, but I still feel, a little high or whatever. I walked down the street to go chill with a neighbor. I smoked a joint and drunk a cup of beer. I came home, it's like my whole body, I started just feeling numb. I started feeling weird. So one of my neighbors, a lot of us, we know each other. He was driving down the street and I flagged him down. I said, man, look. I said, I know it sounds crazy, but man, I'm not feeling too good. So I need somebody to kind of sit here with me for a minute until I get some help. Man, next thing you know, man, I started feeling really bad. So then by that time, as they're sitting with me, I start basically I don't know, I started going unconscious basically. I couldn't explain it. I was going into seizure mode pretty much, and I remember shaking, and I remember hearing them talk on the phone telling the ambulance, well, he's going out right now. He's pretty much going unconscious and he's shaking. I remember myself shaking and pretty much just going unconscious. But then all of a sudden, watch this, I felt a peace come up over me. I felt a peace that came over me. In other words, I can sense what the words when I felt it. Not yet. Not yet. I felt that peace. When I still get chills talking about it. I know I was leaving, but I'm telling you, as soon as that happened, I felt myself pretty much just coming back out of that like that. It's like God stepped in and touched his hands on me and said, not yet, I got something for you. Pretty much, yeah. So after that, I started taking it a little lightly. I wasn't partying as hard. I'm still partying a little bit, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I'm kind of, I'm doing a little. Why did it take us? That's probably quicker. I see why it took us Grand Bay. But I thought it was weird because, because if we go that way, we're not going into downtown.
That's
we're
right.
going to the airport.
That's less mobility.
Okay, yeah. So I got you. Well, I was still partying a little bit, but I'm like, man, people, try to give me them bars. I'm like, man, y'all don't understand. I really about died. You know what I mean? So I'm like, look, I can't do it, bro. I really can't fool around. So I was still partying a little bit. I had an ex I was with for 7 years. We had one of those off and on relationships. But this girl, we would, the type of relationship we had, we could sit at each other and look at each other and be laughing and know what each other's talking about. Like, we could be laughing, we could be thinking we were just alike. We were both Sagittarius, this and that. She would call me just to laugh about a situation or something. That's the kind of relationship we had. Or she would call just to hear me sing, or you know what I mean, or just little random stuff. Well, the last time I had seen her, me and her, we had stopped messing around after. So I guess we kind of decided, I guess we were getting burnt out with each other with the back and forth. We were still friends, but we would talk probably like twice a week. You know what I mean? We weren't intimate no more. But one day she called me, and this is how everything started. One day she called me and she was like, "Look, I want to come by your house, but I want to show you something." I said, "All right, come by." So she pulls up, and she said, "Get in the car." So I got in the car. She was like, she moved the shirt, and then she was like, "Got your name on me." And I'm like, "You did what?" She's like, I got your name on me. She was like, you was a big part of me, and it was something that I never did. But she was like, I always love you despite of, even though you couldn't get it together. She was like, but, I know what we had. She was like, I always love you, and I decided to put the tattoo on you. She was like, I know people are going to call me crazy. She was like, I know they're going to say a lot. She was like, but, I always love you, and I want you to know that. Probably about 2 weeks later, man, I get a phone call. She died. What happened is she died in her sleep. So it was something about that particular death that shook me up.
That's up.
So I'm like, damn, like it really, like mentally, it messed with me, because I never really got a chance to right my wrongs. Like when I tell you I did this girl wrong, I did her wrong. Like it was wrong. Like the way I did it was just, it was messed up. The stuff I did, it wasn't right. But I was on drugs, man. I was, you know what I mean? I was partying, had other women, you know what I mean? Like it was messed up the way I did her. It was wrong. So I never really got a chance to right the wrong. I did, but I didn't. So that particular death, it shook me up in a way. I started examining my life. I said, well, damn, I said, people are dying all around me. About OD, my life is just spiraling out of control. My anger, like I don't really know, you know what I mean? I'm just up and down. So I said, I need to get right. I need to change my life. That's what I said. So, man, really, I went to her funeral. Watch this. When I tell you, powerful. I went to her funeral, and there was a preacher up there. He preached a message so powerful that it grabbed me. That one message, man, caused me to get saved. Okay. Look, just that quick. But it was a death that brought me to life.
Yeah.
So then I just called. It was so. It's a beautiful story, but it's real. Yeah. A lot of people didn't know. Some people knew why I changed, and I changed really quick. Like I started to go to church. I started growing spiritually. Then I got really, really strong spiritually. As you know, like I got really strong spiritually. And I got so built up spiritually, I got prideful. Because anytime you can get insight on somebody's life and prophesy to them and it be accurate, it made me feel because I had such a connection, it put a lot of pride on me. So this is just about my life, who you looking at, and it put pride up on me. So, you know what I mean? Like, but see, my life, I wasn't always perfect. It always bothered me that I was prophesying, speaking prophetically to people, and you know, and things coming to pass, and you know, walk on the job and just, you know, God speak something and give it to somebody and it be accurate. You know what I mean? People was just looking, they were just all like, this guy that was messed up, look at him now, like he's on another level. So, you know, at the same time, I'm still kind of struggling, you know what I mean? Now I'm getting mentees and spiritual babies, and I'm teaching people, and people are growing, and, you know, people are becoming like pastors and ministers, and, you know, people are feeding off me and pulling on me, you know, but the whole time my life is messed up. You know what I mean? The whole time I'm ministering to people, and I'm laying hands and I'm healing people, but my life's messed up. You see what I mean? Like, I was seeing miracles, and I'm seeing, you know, I'm seeing like all this stuff take place, but I was still messed up. So what I did was I took the title off my name. I backed up from ministry. Now I'm analyzing, and I'm sitting, and I'm like, everything I want to do, I want to be real. And I don't want to be fake about nothing. I don't want to play. One thing about it, I don't want to play with God, because I know too much about him. So I choose not to play with him. So I step down, because I feel like if I'm not in a place where I need to be, I'm not about to play with him. That's something I chose to do, so I walked away from ministry. So pretty much, that's me. You looking at a preacher. You know what I mean? And, you know, it really, you know, with backsliding and just, you know, taking a step back, I learned a big difference between religion and spirituality. But not only that, when I come back, I'll have more powerful revelation, and I'll be more anointed than what I was before. Because I'm able to sit back and learn and analyze myself and be real, be transparent, and not play around and be serious about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I've been through a lot. And you see why God had to take me through what he had to take me through, because of the calling on my life. I never played around with it. You know, I was always obedient. I never really took it for granted. But, you know, then again, I was prideful about it. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to. It seems like, to me, a title will boost you up. So if a lot of people will put titles on themselves just to say, okay, well, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a pastor, but them not realize those titles, it comes with a price tag.